This conference will now be recorded.
goal of protecting public health, safety, and general welfare. The current ordinance is lacking in a lot of definitions and dimensions. Under the current ordinance, like nothing prohibits somebody from building a full height fence all the way up to the right of way in the front yard and various other aspects. It also strengthens some definitions as well.
Now, this would be for fences going forward.
Forward.
Everything else is grandfathered in, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was
It's
this,
non-conforming.
was this vetted by planning and zoning, or did they not need to see that?
They don't need to see this one.
Okay. Thought they might. As far as property lines and all that stuff. Okay.
You all right?
Madam Mayor, may I speak to this motion
Mhm.
or this topic?
Yeah.
My name's Bob Swenson. I live up the street, and I'm not opposed to the fence ordinance per se, but in there is I think it's item number 5 or section 5 of the ordinance states that swimming pools need to have a fence 4 feet tall. And according to Minnesota administrative rules, it defines a pool as being anything that includes, I mean, it could be a cattle tank, it could be anything. It could be as little as a wading pool. And I would be concerned about that because, you know, if someone goes to Walmart, drops $30 on a wading pool, sets it out in their yard, and all of a sudden they're in violation of an ordinance saying to put a 4-foot fence around it, it seems a little ridiculous. And I've got 2 neighbors that both have pools.
Yeah.
Okay. Hector inherited his pool from whoever he bought the house from, and it abuts a patio that goes right to the property line. No problem with that because quite frankly, my garage goes right to the property line too. And Hector and I get along just fine. His pool stays up all the time. Building a fence around it to include that patio would be virtually impossible the way everything's sitting right now. My other neighbor, Kevin, or my neighbors Kevin and Fawn, Fawn's the librarian down there now. They put up a pool every year, or most every year. They didn't do it last year because, like Kevin said, it cost $300 to fill the thing up. To think that they would have put up their pool each year and then have to erect a fence around it, it just seems ridiculous. And it looks like mostly it's just a matter of like I say, unintended consequences to the language. Minnesota law, I looked it up, and according to the rules, it takes and it makes specific allocations for private pools and public pools. And you could either add a public pool fences, which would make perfect sense from a city standpoint for protection of the populace and stuff, or even change it to in-ground pools, because I can see where you wouldn't want people, you know, running across someone's yard.
I think
Even
they're
though
worried
they're
about kids
trespassing.
falling in and drowning.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I mean, nobody's gonna trip and fall into a pool that's standing this high unless they're deliberately trying to get into it.
Right.
And it seems like it would be an unnecessary inconvenience for people that I know.
I know Hector has, the steps have a lock on it, padlock where they can lock them up on there, because I've been in that pool before.
Oh, okay,
But-
I never went over to look at it.
But I mean, there's different things that people could do besides a fence if it was an issue. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
that
Anyway,
can prevent-
I would suggest just putting in either an in-ground pool or a public pool, which would comport
Save.
with the Minnesota statute that governs that sort of thing. But that's
Thank
all
you.
I've got.
It says there additional requirements may apply under state law, so,
Well, the only additional
Yeah.
requirements according to state law are for public pools,
okay,
but that's neither here nor there for that.
okay.
That's not
All right.
hard to fix.
No,
I think that's a very reasonable.
Yeah.
Change, that's something we'd have to take to Jason and get it put it out.
Right, you can elect to omit section 5 or whichever change
just
you want to
amend
make, or
it
change
to-
to in-ground.
In ground and or public, oh, we don't have public pools, so that's
yeah,
unnecessary.
unless that's on the list.
I don't think so. Just add in swimming pool fences for in-ground.
Yeah,
Agree with that.
Just add that in. I think that's
can make
simple.
a motion.
So we make a motion to add that to section 5. Is that what we would need to do?
That's what I would say, yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to add a stipulation for in-ground fences under section 5,
Ground pool.
No.
Ground pools.
in-ground pools of 26-03.
Well, second that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Thank you for bringing that
Yep.
to our attention, yeah,
Thanks, Bob.
appreciate that. Ordinance 26-04. An ordinance adopting operation requirements for recreational vehicles.
Didn't we just vote on changing the ordinance, not accepting it? Offense. We just voted on changing the wording of it, but we didn't vote on accepting the ordinance, correct?
Right.
So we have to accept it now before we go to 2604, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 26-03 as amended.
yeah, with the amendment that he had there.
Well, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. 26-04.
All right. This ordinance adopts updated operational requirements for recreational vehicles, RVs, ATVs, UTVs, trail bikes, golf carts, other similar vehicles to address safety, noise, permitted locations, and public concerns regarding their use within city limits. The previous ordinance was updated and insufficient to manage current safety considerations.
Anybody have any?
So the current one on RVs, it has to be that they have to be moved. They can't be parked on public road for any specific set period of time, I believe is how it reads. It's gotta be moved every 72 hours, whatever it is. I don't know exactly what it is. And I didn't see that in here, in this one.
So this wouldn't eliminate that.
It would not eliminate that.
Wouldn't
Okay, that was the question.
And what it's saying is recreational vehicle in this case isn't like campers, it's, you know,
Cars.
your.
Yeah, I mean, it says RV in there, so yeah, that was the question I had. So that wouldn't change what we currently have. It's not good.
I mean, the impetus for this one was basically allowing property owners within New Richland to post signage that says it's permissible to use this as a through trail to get to the location.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 26-04.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ordinance 26-05.
Do we have to have permission to talk?
Yeah,
You can choose, or ask to be recognized.
did you have something you were wanting to discuss about it?
I'm Eleanor Schley, and I'm asking why is there a sign down at the, ball fields that the golf carts can't be on it?
So discussing that with our maintenance supervisor, that ground stays so soggy that tires, even float tires, have historically just torn up the turf. He's open to specific permitting for like handicapped access for carts and such, but generally limiting it from just being a place where we can drive their carts as necessary.
Well, I was just kind of wondering because Bob has a hard time walking that distance. So we want to go and watch our grandkids play ball,
Well,
but, you
We
know,
understand that.
he doesn't have an electric what do we
The
call it?
wheelchair or
Wheelchair
scooter things.
Yeah. So would we be arrested if we go on it with our golf carts?
Well, Arrested, certainly not.
Well, we're just kind of wondering because the ground is pretty much similar to a golf course. You
Well,
know,
it's a lot soggier.
I know, there is times, yes, and just to stay off of it maybe that time, at those times.
I think there's a thing
There's language in here
Yeah.
about if it's damaging.
about damaging and
Well, couldn't you just have somebody that wants to do that, like their case, come in and not say get a permit, but just get special permission to do it at certain times? That would probably be the easiest way of fixing it.
there was some discussion of a special sticker, but then we have the concern of, are we asking somebody why they need it? So we need to make sure that we're not doing that because we have no right to that information.
Well, I think we do.
No, you don't.
We legally have no right to that information.
Well, if it's gonna hurt our property and have to spend money,
Legally, we have no right to their healthcare
Yeah.
information to ask them why.
It's a
they need
HIPAA violation.
I see your point there.
it. So that's kind of the hang up there, but it's,
A little common sense goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I mean, if you were to call down to City Hall and say, is the grass okay to drive the cart on so that we can go see the game tonight? You might get a no on this one night, but you might get a yes every other night.
Well, every time I call, say, oh, I get it, oh, I say, get an answering machine. So all I do is drive down here and talk to you.
Well, I can't speak specifically to that. We answer the phones a lot. You might be calling when somebody else is on the line too.
Yes. So I'll just drive down and ask.
Yep,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Right.
All right. I don't,
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 26-05.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Nay.
Did you-
I'm an aye.
All right. We're done with ordinances and resolutions.
Guess we can close the public
Yep.
hearing.
So now that we're done going over all the ordinances, the public hearing is closed at 6:49. And we're gonna go on to departments. To ambulance report, are you ready, or do you want me to have someone?
I think these came in out of order. What just happened? Looks like we got Bob out of order, so we'll have to just jump up to Bob in a minute. So ambulance report, nothing new to report here. Everything is helping as much as they can. They're at 54 calls for the year, which is pretty good. They'll have coverage for Farm City Days. They'll also be offering coverage for Waldorf Days as well. The cot is in and working great, and the adjustment is just everybody learning how to use it.
All right,
Make a motion to approve the ambulance report.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right. We're on Bob then next? Is that what
Uh,
because I have fire department
The
next.
fire department's next. It compiled
Okay,
the list out of order.
we'll go fire department.
One fire call, 2 medical calls, and this month's training was pumping on 7th Street.
Okay.
Pretty light report.
Denise, you're up. Oh, we gotta approve, sorry. Jumping the gun here.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, now Denise.
We have 51 calls for the month of June, which is low due to me being by myself the majority of the month. Drew had his use force instructor training and he took a well-deserved vacation. So he attended and completed his instructor training and passed. We're just waiting for the certification now. Paid the lovely Waseca County attorney the first half of their annual payment and then purchased AED batteries for both AEDs as they were both beeping and low on battery. We had our radar certification that passed just fine. And then Farm and City Days, woohoo, and Night to Night this year is on Tuesday, August 4th from 6 to 7:30. With all the makings of a hot dog dinner and cookies and chips and a bounce house and all the things, so.
All right.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
You and you. If we're paying the Waseca County Attorney $4,000 some, is that different requests and things asked for than Jason?
That is, Jason is our civil attorney
Okay.
and the county attorney is all of our criminal matters.
And that's,
And they
we don't have
don't,
a
they
choice
don't
in that.
match over.
What?
We, I mean, that is what it is.
Yeah, that's it,
You
yeah.
can't.
We don't, there's no wiggle room there.
No, and they've been very nice and have not upped their
Fee.
their fee for quite a few years. So
So it's around 8,000 a year.
$8,010.
Do you think that they're gonna be upping anytime soon? Don't know.
Don't know.
It's kind of a pray that they don't.
Mhm.
Got it.
Don't acknowledge it and it might not change.
Got
Type of thing.
It's in the room, don't look at it.
Yeah,
We didn't get that memo.
yeah. So that's what happened.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the police department report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Bob, now you're up. Care
Bob,
Center.
You sure?
I am sure this time.
You wanna sit down?
Wait, hold on.
No.
Wait a minute.
Hurry up and wait. Story of my life. Well, happy Monday.
Mhm.
Monday.
It's Monday.
Getting kind of toasty out there. We start with our average census, as you can see, been kind of on a steady decline through May. And in June, we started to pick up a little bit. That will look better in July. We did reach 41 at the end of June. So that will make a huge difference. First 2 weeks of July, sort of, we've been at 40, so that will make a great difference. We did have, if you look at the managed care and Medicare numbers, 3.57 and 3.33. In May, it was only 1.65 and 2.13. Those are the good payer sources. We are currently at 11 on that, so it's fantastic. We like that. We like that a lot. So 25% of our people are currently on Medicare or managed care, and another 25% of our people are on hospice. We still have 10 people on hospice. So referrals for the month, we did 68 referrals. We brought in 14. 6 of them went somewhere else. 45 were denied. I want to say 15 of them were because of Humana. So Humana is a very difficult group to work with. I think we talked about it in the past. So we deny pretty much all of them. Invalid, there were 3 invalid. They either died or went somewhere else.
I got a question for you on the denied.
Yes, sir.
If you do take them,
Mhm.
what happens and what's that the reason why you deny it?
Humana,
No, well,
or,
if it is the Humana ones, what's,
okay. So the Humana, if we say yes to a Humana, great and wonderful, they come in, we send off their insurance to pay for it. And they might drag out the payments for 3 to 6 months. Now all of a sudden they're gonna do a record review. And then you have to pay that money back. Their record review will just tear apart your records, and it doesn't say anything in here about that. They don't need this, this type of care. And you're providing such a high level of care, they don't need that.
and then you gotta defend yourself too.
Yeah,
How are they allowed to operate like that?
that's a good question. It's
No.
a criminal.
Well, I thought you'd have an answer. That's why I asked.
No, it's the mafia.
That's why you deny it.
They're all criminals.
But no, that has nothing to do with the patient.
Not a thing.
I thought-
It's all the insurance company.
Okay, I thought it was just the type of patient maybe.
No, it's the insurance company.
Okay,
Humana is great before you get to the nursing home.
So for all of you that, you know, hey, I'm on Humana, well, great and wonderful. They pay for all your medications. They help you out with your doctor bills. As soon as your doctor says, well, I think you should go to the nursing home, that stops. That is like a fart in church, man. That is bad.
Thank you.
That explains it.
Yeah, I'm very honest about that. So, let's see. Our current census was 41. It's down a little bit now, but like I said, we had 10 Medicare, 9 hospice, 3 private pays, and 18 Medicaids. Our financials for May were very ugly.
I guess.
However, we have good explanations for that. To start with, the good news, right? Isn't that how you get bad news? Get good news first. Minimal use of the staffing agency, less than 5% of total staffing was with a staffing agency in the month of May. That was awesome. Down from almost 75% last September. So that's fantastic. We're doing great. In May, we did have 3 payrolls.
So that happens all the time.
Twice a year. But 3 payrolls on a, you know.
You normally have 2, and you have
Yeah.
3 once in a while, but yeah.
But think of this, 3 payrolls, it's $120,000 extra.
That happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Right.
part of doing business.
And unless you're really bringing in the cash, a month with 3 payrolls, you're gonna either break even or lose money.
Right.
That's how tight the operation really is. And then there was a fine that we had to pay, Department of Health for a past survey, the IJ that we got in November 24. That was $79,000.
Huh?
That is why we don't like those. One of the reasons. Many others. Staffing, continue to hire new staff members, filling a decreasing number of openings. I think in June, we've hired probably 5. 1 or 2 have already moved on or not really interested in working as many hours as they said they were going to. We continue to look for people all the time. So if you know anybody, nurse aides, nurses, let them know we're always looking, please. That is one of the biggest things we need. But one of the great things about that last line says it all. The staff that we do have been working diligently to help reduce the temporary agency staffing that we have had to use in the last 3 months. They're doing a great job. I think in May, we had kind of a come to Jesus meeting. I laid it out for them. I said, this is the deal. You guys got big increases in December. I need to see some return on that. And they started picking up. I said, we're getting rid of agency people because I'm tired of hearing people complain about agency, whether it's you guys or the residents or the families. I know they don't do as good a job as we do, but I can't help that. If you don't pick them up, they gotta come in because we gotta have those bodies in the building in order to take care of the residents.
Mhm.
So they've done a very good job at picking up and covering. So if you see them in the community, pat them on the back. All right, any questions for me? Other than why'd you lose so much money?
The fine that we got for that 79,000, that's been, is it a thing we had to fix or resolve, or is it just somebody complaining?
Yes.
Without. Okay.
So if you recall, when they came in for that IJ,
Can you give me the short version?
we needed nurse staffing to do better coverage on wound care.
Okay.
Well, at that time, we didn't really have the coverage, and we were making use of people that we had, because what else do you do? That particular week, we made calls to AHI, and we got a nurse practitioner from AHI that would do virtual visits once a week with the people on our team to cover all the wound care. They ordered all the supplies. So that his license was on the hook. So he made sure it was done right. Then we got another group that covered all the supplies for our Medicaid residents and and they would go through all of our policies and procedures and make sure they were correct. We had some changes in policy and procedure, a lot of changes in the way that we were doing things. A couple of nurses moved on. We got some new people in the building, new blood. We now have a doctor coming in once a week, and he personally goes through all the wounds and makes sure that they are okay. And he documents on everything. So
Okay.
it's been a huge change, absolutely a huge change. It wasn't great before, but it wasn't terrible.
There was a squeaky wheel.
And she's no longer allowed in my building. As a nurse, as a surveyor.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Move to approve the care center report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. People service, so.
Hey, guys.
Aye.
All right.
Okay. June went very, very fast. I don't even know what happened to it. But it started off with a power outage by a bird. Blew out the plant. That was great, in 9 houses. It was out for quite some time until they finally figured out it was the bird, which I told them it was the bird. I had quarterly safety meetings at the plant for people service. That's everyone in my region came over for, we have to do that every quarter. I went around and I painted all the sidewalk steps yellow. Again, all the cracks, there's many cracks, so you might as well just paint the whole thing yellow. Valve boxes, ledges, stairs. I did all the stripping on the basement steps, you know, the gridded kind, did all that in the shop where it's slippery. I had attended an annual safety class, which you can see we have certain things that we have to do every single year. And of course, all the work orders. And then we've always had monthly cyber attack training. We always have that. It's usually 15, 30 minutes online, so you can do it at your leisure. I'm ordering new placards for the confined spaces because you can't read the placards anymore. They're just white. And we replaced a bunch of broken outlets that have been there since the plant was put in for outside, so I can use them now. Mm-hmm. And 2 of the VFDs are put in, and those pumps started right up.
What's the VFD?
Didn't we do this last time?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Did we?
Mhm.
Can we do it again?
It's a little box, a
No,
little
what's the
electrical
name?
box.
What's the name?
VFD.
VFD.
Variable.
VFD. I know, I don't know.
I'm sure
what
we
the
didn't
F
say
is.
that last time.
Yeah, it's variable fault.
Yeah, I can't.
I know, I can't remember. It's
Detector.
VFD. It's a little box. You have amps, volts, hertz on there, and you can run your motor higher or lower depending on what you want for it to do. How many hertz you want it to go. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
See. But we got them in. The pumps are fantastic. That must have been what's been wrong with them for the last 20 years.
Ooh,
They are sweet. Them things should last quite a while.
Cool.
good.
Yes, yeah, I was pretty happy. I had to do all my safety inspections, document, permit required list, all that good stuff. I'll be attending, I gotta get some CEUs for my water class. It's just for my B water, so I have to take 24 water credits. So I'm gonna have to take off a few days this year and next year.
Down in Rushford, huh?
Yeah, just for the day.
God's country.
I will be gone July 15th to the 22nd on a much needed vacation. All the alarm calls will go to her. My work phone won't be with me, but you can get me on my personal phone. If you definitely have a question, just call. It's easier just to call me. But Herb will be running all the alarms and doing my rounds for me while I'm gone. And he has a huge list. So, yeah. But yeah, and now these are for you guys. This is something that you probably all don't know what I actually do out there. These are permit required and these are safety required. And these are requirements that I have to do. Those ones are for the state and the other one is for people's service. So gives you an idea of all the entirety of paperwork that I have to fill out. It's a lot. And I probably am missing a few things too. But most of it's on there. But that just gives you an idea of some of the things that are required out there at the plant. So for future reference, when I do retire, these are some of the items that they would need to know how to do.
Wow.
The next person. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But I kind of do like a supervisor's and an operator's job at the same time. So, but yeah. Otherwise, all the work orders are done. A motor went out on the SO2 exhaust fan on Friday. So I have backup plans for in case there is an incident, but Ori ordered the motor. We can just swap out the motor and put the new one in. But we have to have it in case there is an incident. Fresh air works coming in, but it won't pull it out, so. But otherwise, it's kind of like, it's an old plant and just like when you replace all the light bulbs, they all go out at once, you know? But it's going pretty good. I mean, the facility is running how it should, so. And we had 413 items last year on our MPCA. There was 413 items. There was one that was 9 over the required parameter. It should have been 200 and it was 209. And that was, we had a bunch of rain and a bunch of business and all the stuff got wrecked out there. And they know that. I've explained to them that, but 413. So that's pretty good for the whole year. So I was pretty proud of that one. It's hard to do. And then they'll give you the months, October to September. And that's everything that goes out to the creek and everything they sample for. So, but yeah, it's not too shabby. Is there anything you guys need to ask me?
I don't think so. You always keep on top of a lot of things.
I
So,
tried to.
yeah.
There might be a few things. I'm still waiting on the schedule to get that pump fixed. Could be a 6-month wait, but it's usually.
It's been filed with Minnesota Cities Insurance Trust, and it looks like they're gonna cover all the.
Oh,
nice.
basically. So that'll be a big
Huge
big
relief.
way off to get it.
Yes,
Because that was
Equipment on that.
quite a bit of money. Yeah.
Yeah, close to 10 grand.
Yeah.
yeah, that is wonderful news.
Good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, well,
Thank you.
thank you.
Have a nice vacation.
Yeah.
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 We can't wait.
Bring back a t-shirt.
I realize that whiskey here.
Yeah.
It's gonna change in 15 years.
Motion to approve the people service.
I'll second.
All in favor?
You seconded, I didn't hear. Josh. All right. Maintenance utilities report. 3 blue cards were issued. There are 0 shut-offs. Just standard weekly maintenance. They burned the dump. Water plant updates. They've been making a lot of progress on that. So God willing, we'll issue the check on that within the next month. Sure, mulch was put down.
Should make them wait as long as they made us wait to get it done.
I mean, no, Jody, that would be mean. Let's see here. Expect to be done. Just down at the pavilion at Legion Field, as soon as they're able to get the skid steer there without tearing everything up, they're gonna take down the pavilion, and then be ready for Farm City Days. Tomorrow morning, they're planning on doing all the painting on the streets, so they're gonna see a lot of bright, shiny new paint on Broadway and a couple other areas. And then the street project is ongoing. They're hoping that tomorrow or the next day, the cement part of the project will be done, and then next week paving down Broadway
Okay.
and all that. So that'll be the next bit there.
I got a question and a request.
Sure.
You said you cut down trees at City Park. When I was driving into town tonight, I noticed the New Richmond sign.
Mhm.
There's a hedge in front of it. There's a couple of things coming up like this, so you can't see part of the sign.
Okay.
And then and I don't know if we can cut a tree down that's in the ditch, but it's probably 6, 8 feet tall. And as you're driving through, you can't see the sign as well as I think you should. So can we
Okay.
just have them trim those?
The bush for sure, I will figure out if the ditch can be or not.
I mean, it's a volunteer tree. I know it is.
No, we'll call him Indak guy to get him down.
Yeah, there you go. That would be me.
He lives in town.
Thank you. I make a motion to accept that maintenance and utilities report.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, economic development.
I don't think it got submitted on this one. Do you have the packet in front of you still?
I do.
Yeah. Read it off. Didn't come in until later today.
Like the agenda that we had?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his report's on the back
Oh,
of that. So he kind of talks about what he did for the city
Yeah.
and such. So the community club, or, well, not community club, the commercial club meeting, follow up on the business surveys, grant research for Oddfellows feasibility study. Looking at doing some work upstairs in the library, getting covered by grants. Reviewed the work plan, some Smith grant guidelines, and communication with First Children's Finance on childcare gaps. And then also attended various trainings throughout the
the heat.
um,
The other thing they did have is on next week on the 23rd, they are having at the event steeple, a get together for all businesses to come. Even the community can come. They're not going to turn anybody away to come kind of see what CETA is all about and what they can do. So they're going to be there from 11 to 2 p.m. and made sure to let everyone here know that they can come, and community too. But they're excited. This is one of the events that they're doing throughout the state for that. We did also talk about, which some of it's going to be coming up here with the trees that we're talking about. But one thing that was brought up during the meeting is there is going to be a grant that's going to be coming available for working on getting funding for maybe possible some of the tree removal costs. And we just thought we need to have some direction from council to say that it's okay for him to just go ahead and apply for that grant without us, because it might be before the next meeting. So if we can just kind of have a motion for him to kind of,
why don't we tuck that into the tree thing?
you want to tuck it in the tree? Okay, we'll do that at the end there then.
Okay.
But that's one of the things we discussed too, that wasn't on that list.
And what day was that?
The 23rd,
Can you send us an email out on that?
and it's from 11 to 2.
On that same note, August 6th, Green Seam is coming to Wasika on some like commercial club type things that they're gonna explain things they do, like CETA does.
Okay.
I'll send you that, Ty, so you can send it out.
Sure. And then we were into unfinished business then.
We need a motion for the EDA.
Oh, no action required on that.
Okay. All right, unfinished business, league field bleachers.
So just touching base on what we talked about last month. Last year's budget had $5,000 set aside for capital improvements to Legion Field. None of that's been spent. And then there, I don't know, another $5,000 was, oh, then there's, let me start over. Last year's budget had $5,000 set aside for capital improvements. This year's budget had another $5,000 earmarked for, that could be used in that way, just in the general budget. So there's $10,000 sitting there if we wanted to pull the trigger on removing the old bleachers and putting in aluminum. That would be less of a liability and cheaper to maintain in the long run.
Can we scrap the old ones and get some?
Absolutely. Eric has somebody that'd be interested in coming in and doing all the work to remove the old bleachers and scrap them out.
And did we have a price on the new bleachers?
Somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000, depending on some of the
So the
options.
10 may cover it.
Yeah.
Need action on that?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve,
Do it now before next season.
Yeah.
replacing the bleachers with aluminum bleachers at Legion Field.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Now that I made a motion, did the school ever say if they would be willing to kick in on anything?
Their contract is up next year in June. They're under the impression that they wouldn't pay until 2028 for that, so there wouldn't be any immediate kick-in for that. So we have to iron out those details still on what their next contract's gonna look like.
by 2028, we could have some other things that be
Yeah,
on the
yes, we
list.
could.
Yes, we certainly.
Surely.
I mean, yeah, so.
Okay. The check register is the next thing in new business.
Anybody have questions on it?
I have most of mine answered already.
The only question I had is on the CCTV DVR recorder. from
Yes.
Amazon.
The other one, that was with St. Olaf,
Oh,
Kind
on
of.
the lake, okay.
yeah,
That's where,
it stopped functioning.
understood.
I had a question on the Sweetheart Bingo. That must have been advertising paid to the paper.
Yes.
That was for the ambulance relief, so, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to get the bill for that.
Yeah, you should have got billed for that.
Yeah, we didn't get the bill for that.
Okay, we can get that corrected.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
us.
That's the only one I saw.
Mm-hmm.
How much was it?
$144.
Jeez.
Looks like it's Sweetheart and Santa.
Sweetheart and Santa.
So the two of them.
I can get once Sarah gets back, I can write a check to give to you guys. And then you already did my report, right?
Yep.
This card's not working, so we can't get gas. Tony's just borrowed them to get
Oh,
gas
okay. We'll get that squared away.
against Stripe.
Fun. Oh, we'll get that squared away.
I'll make a motion to accept the June check register.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any no?
Nice.
All right, switch from MSI to CBS for printing and document storage.
Yeah, currently we're using Metro Sales Inc. for copier and cloud-based storage for DocuWare. DocuWare is where a lot of our problems have been with accounts payable. Because in theory, people should email accounts payable and then it grabs it straight out of there and drops it in DocuWare where it goes into a queue to be paid. System wasn't working right and things went past due in several instances. One of the problems with MSI is that when you call with a complaint, they say, here's the manual. And I'm a lot of things, but I'm not that level of IT support. And so Heather and I are both pretty fed up with what they have going on. Coordinated Business Systems came in and demoed their software that's like Coordinated Business Systems came in and demoed their software that's like DocuWare, and it looks like it would be even a vast improvement. It integrates a lot of like auto indexing features for AI and all that jazz. And they like just right out in the open, they say, we guarantee this amount of response time, where MSI does not. So I get a much bigger warm fuzzy from them. And MSI has some really weird billing, where like some of it's billed quarterly, some of it's billed monthly. And it's just like, so it's just like keeping track of what you're actually being billed is challenging with them. CBS is $565.05 a month for everything. And then there's the additional cost of the per print, which MSI also has, but it's comparable. So I think all in all, for the course of the year, we're out an extra $500 for a vast improvement in customer service and capability.
When is our contract up with Metro Sales?
Metro Sales, the printer is up in August, DocuWare is up in December.
Okay.
But you should have some crossover to pull all the old stuff into the new. So they say 3 months is about what you want for crossover to make sure everything works. So we would be double paying for DocuWare / the new thing for a little bit, but that's
just a changeover.
the changeover.
What was the company we used before MSI? Because I feel like when I first was on council, we had talked about this and we switched to MSI because the other one was an issue. Do either of you remember?
I don't remember, but I remember it was an issue, that's why we went.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. I don't either, not at the top of my head.
I've dealt with MSI and I feel the same way.
You
as
loathe
these guys.
them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If I had a master's of information systems, I'd probably love them.
And there's no upfront cost, it just starts in August, as the monthly rate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
It makes our life easier, let's go for it.
Any motion for that?
Yes, please.
Make a motion to make the change over to CBS in place of MSI.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Lawnmower incident.
So on June 18th, lawn was being mowed near the care center by city staff in the lot where we normally keep snow and stuff over the winter. Kind of just a joint maintenance. A rock was thrown by a mower into the parked car. Estimate to repair is $890.40. Claim was filed with LMCIT, but it's below the deductible. And I just wanted to bring it to the council's attention and just get your blessing to pay it out. Well, it's below the threshold where I could approve it. I just wanted you guys to be aware of the whole situation.
Okay.
So
All right.
no action required on your case.
City compost dump.
So kind of changing how we operate the city compost dump. It has the potential to be self-sustaining, assets for the city. And as of right now, the financials for it are grouped with streets and maintenance department. I think we should separate their financials out into an enterprise fund and let it make its own money to maintain itself, let it pay for its own cameras, and if we have to rent a bulldozer to push the pile over every couple of years, which is on pace. And one of the ways we could do that would be allowing, well, be still free for residents and allowing out of town individuals to utilize it, because they already are. And we've been monitoring what out of town people are using it and sending out administrative fines for unlawful dumping. We've already got one that has been sent out for that purpose. So just a proposal of what the fees to use it would be. So like $5 for a UTV or car, $10 for a pickup van or less than 8-foot trailer, $15 for a less than 12-foot trailer, and $20 for a 12-foot trailer pickup truck greater than 1 ton. So just a simple fee schedule. Individuals that have 24 hours to remit payment at the drop box at City Hall or be forced to pay a fine. Eric and I discussed this at length, and we don't think it would significantly impact the usage of the dump. In fact, it might even bring the out-of-town usage down. Whereas right now, are of the impression that they get to use it if they're out of town residents or out of town non-residents.
How are you gonna make them aware that they have to pay something?
With the sign up.
Okay.
So,
And if they don't, you see them through the camera?
Who's gonna be monitoring that camera and spending the time to do that? I feel
Yeah,
like That's gonna be, is that valuable time for our staff to sit there and go through hours of tape to try to find this? Cause I feel like.
Well, the cameras aren't just sending as it happens. It's just like an incident. That's how those cameras are set up. So it's not like running CCTV that you.
Right, but I didn't know how the cameras actually work, which ones we have, how
They
it's
send it right to us, probably an email.
You get an alert.
And I think one of the nice things about a town this size is that in general, when Eric gets the message on his phone, he goes, oh, that's Jason. Or, oh, that's such and such. They're an in-town resident. I know what they're doing. It's I don't know what this is. Let's investigate a little bit.
How about if I go at night and cover up my license plate?
Then
Well,
Denise gets
that sounds like
involved.
unlawful dumping.
Yeah,
What do we know if other towns are charging things and I feel like $20 for a 12-foot trail, you can pack a lot on there, or am I wrong?
Yeah, it's still just
Yeah.
brush. It's not
Wooden
costing the
brush,
city
not
any money
really.
to get rid of it either. Though. It's not like it's garbage.
And
Right.
it'd still be beholden to the same rules where you can only have things this size. And
We just burn it anyway. Is this something we could pilot and decide if it's something we wanted to, try it for a couple months and say, okay, this is too much. We don't want to go down this
we
road.
certainly could.
I would say do it through the winter and up into the spring to see how a whole year's goes for it.
I would probably make a decision. I think that
you don't have a lot in the winter, I wouldn't think.
I would
Right.
say,
It's mostly closed.
It's generally closed.
It's
Yeah.
closed in the
I
winter.
would say
I'd say give it a couple months. and see.
Thanksgiving, whatever.
And if Eric and Braden are looking at it and they're saying, yeah, we can't keep this straight, then let's revisit something else at that time. But I would say give it a shot to try it.
I guess I look at it,
To everybody.
I guess I could look at close it to out of towners and put a fine on it. If anybody out of town, you have a fine.
Yeah, you're still having the same deal about who's gonna monitor that. But
Or you have the same thing, camera, but then you're not bringing business telling them to, if it overfilled our area, even though we do burn it and their time to do that. We want it for our community, not for everybody outside of it. That way, maybe that would stop some of the out of town traffic too.
I could see where you're coming
I
from.
see both of you.
And you're getting $200 for the fine, and if it's set up as
When was the last time we gave a fine for somebody dumping out of town? I guess we haven't, but
well, we don't have anything set up to actually be able to enforce that either.
Or find out if somebody did, just seeing the load there.
We-
That's it.
We
in a
did
camp-
issue an unlawful dumping because somebody dumped stuff that they shouldn't have done.
Okay.
The other day.
sure.
And that was captured on camera, and so we were able to locate and send out the
Right.
notice.
Is there signs out there now for that?
For unlawful dumping?
Yeah.
I mean, it says what's allowed and what's
Yeah.
not, and,
But not people who can use it.
Not yet.
No,
no, this wasn't about who it was about.
this is what was dumped.
I
I don't know.
And you're more than welcome to table this and discuss and think about it, and we can revisit at a later date.
Can,
There's no specific action required at this time.
Let's do it next month.
so everybody want to table it for next month? So we can think about it and come up with some ideas?
Yeah.
Talk to Eric.
And I would think the next month we do it because August, September, October, people are gonna be cutting stuff before the winter.
Leaves coming up pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
leaves.
I make a motion, we table it.
Probably don't have to do anything, do they?
No, we don't.
Next one,
Yep.
currently what the public may consider as the Parks Department is 3 departments for accounting purposes. In our budget and line items, Recreation Legion Field is one, Skating Rink's another, and Parks and Off Park is the third. We can't really think of a historic reason why they should be kept separate. Because equipment that's bought for one is used at all three, same with chemicals and everything else. I think this might just be easier going forward if they're combined into one budget department.
I'd say so.
No problem.
There isn't any, any of this land donated by somebody that said it's always gotta be this way? You know what I'm
But
saying?
that wouldn't change how we budget for it, though.
Okay. So I'm just asking.
The only thing I can think of is for the Legion Fields where we have a contract with the school, we'd have to make sure to keep that money budgeted just for Legion Fields versus going out to the St. Olaf.
And
Correct.
we can do that through like project management within
Okay.
fund accounting where that money comes in as used for that.
Anybody have more discussion about it or wanna
Huh?
think about it, or we'll just,
I think it's okay.
I don't have a problem with it.
This is a budget item.
Yep.
And so we should probably have a motion in that.
mhm.
I'll make a motion to merge the Legion Field skating rink and St. Olaf Park into one accounting department.
I'll second that.
That
All in
includes the city part too, I understand.
Yes, yeah. Parks,
Parks.
St. Olaf Park is one.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, water and sewer rates.
This is the scary one. In 2025, general obligation bond for the street project will have its first full year of payment in 2027. The amount's $240,000 with the street portion coming from levy, so approximately half, so 120. The other half comes from the water fund. The 2014 general obligation bond is similar. It's just a little higher amount that's coming due. That bond wraps up in 2029. So to make up the shortage in the 2025 bond payment, $240 per connection over the course of the year would have to be made up just to break even on that.
Say that again.
So because there's the 2025 general obligation bond, $240,000 is the bill. The way it was structured, $120,000 comes from the levy, $120,000 comes from water.
What about assessments?
So the assessments were the first part of that. They don't factor into the long-term on it.
Well, they pay long-term, don't they?
Or upfront.
Or upfront.
Yeah, it's a very minor overall by the time you do all the factoring on it.
Well, it's an amount, it's money, right?
Right.
Goes to help offset the cost of that bond. That's, I guess, we can't forget about the assessment money coming in.
So just using the 2025 numbers of usage, so without adjusting the connection fee or capital improvement charge, water rate would need to go up $1.75 per 1,000 gallons, and the sewer rate would actually come down $1.25 to break even. So it's just a very slight fluctuation there. But given the state of the underground infrastructure in the city and the rate at which it's being replaced, we're losing ground on maintaining assets. So I would recommend to some extent raising the water and sewer fees to start building a bank to put aside for that purpose. I have two models there below and what the rates would look like, and resulting in so one of them is to basically put another 50,000 in each sewer and water, and how it would impact how that font looks weird, would impact the bill. Another one is rates, so that would be an extra $100,000 going to sewer and water fund. So the current rates for the fixed income household using 1,160 gallons at the current prices, that's $78.68 a month. And then same household, assuming same usage with the break-even rate, it goes up to $79.31. For the rates where you're putting aside effectively $100,000 a year combined from sewer and water, that fixed income household would go to $84.27 a month. And then if you wanted to go into overdrive on that and put $200,000 aside with 100 and 100 coming from water and sewer, it goes up to $89.25. It's the larger households that shoulder this, where one household in particular that was sampled uses 5,510 gallons every month. So their bill right now is $174. The break-even rate goes to $177. The 100,000 set aside is $198, and the 100,000 set aside is $220 a month. I mean, it stacks up, but I kind of want to remind you guys that the most recent round of construction was $3 million, and over the course of the next 20 years, we're going to spend $4 million for that $3 million. If we're proactive on this and we benefit from that interest, $3 million we save, we can get $4 million plus in construction when the time comes, instead of trying to backpedal and deal with bonds.
I'd like to see where our water and sewer fund balances are now.
Right.
Before we do anything.
I
Because
just
I
did
think
some,
right now we pay more than enough for water and sewer, and I think everybody can kind of agree with it.
I also wanted to show this. So this is the water as it's coming out of our plant right now. And the other day, the boys went out and had to do a little maintenance. And this is what came out of the service line after maintenance. And I mean, there's solid chunks of metal coming out, and what the residents see is that coming out.
I've seen water
from
like
there.
that.
So that's the state of our system. And on the map that's taped up in there, it shows what's been televised as far as sewer goes already, and all those white boxes are problems, and a lot of them are big problems.
I understand our water and sewer is definitely in need of upgrades. I totally get that. It has for years.
But as it is right now, our current replacement rate, we're looking at north of 100 years, probably 125 years to replace the entire system. And
At
a
that
lot,
rate.
at the rate we're going, and a lot of this is gonna fail long before that.
Yeah.
So,
I just did some stubby pencils. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like with what you showed us there, the water and sewer bill between the current rate and the rate you did, it would make somebody's water and sewer bill go up $8. Is that correct? A month.
It depends which one
Depends.
you're.
depends on which.
How much usage you have.
There's
So
11,
the section I was talking about here, I don't know if you probably can't see it up there, but if you turn around and look. So, the current rate's at $1,260 a month, it's $70.68. If we adjust to the break even, it goes to $79.31. So it's a very minor
Well, yeah.
to not lose.
That
And then
was off a little.
And then if you bump it to go to where you can save $100,000 a year to put aside for it, it goes to $84.27. So it's $6.
And I don't like any increase of my water bill, but when I see something happen good from that increase of that water bill, I'm okay with it.
It's,
Because I think it's time we do it. I really do.
I mean, given the state of the system, I have a deep concern that in 50, 75 years, we're gonna be well past a Flint, Michigan situation where we're on the news for the wrong reasons.
Well, now look at all that I and all the stuff that happens when you fix it here, it pops here. It's whack-a-mole. You're just fixing stuff and breaking stuff.
But in this case, are we raising the rates to cover the shortfall in the bond payments?
Well, that would be the break even, is what that would be.
That would be that top option.
Right.
Not the bottom one.
Okay. The other one's setting aside money for future. Okay, I get that.
Doing a little bit of both.
And there's, we can obviously play with it, so it's, putting aside 75,000 or, whatever amounts.
You want to have this stuff done before budget time frame?
Water isn't gonna
make any difference.
make any difference to that.
That's a self-sustaining fund. Something. Okay.
It's a different fund.
But
Can you do a few more scenarios for the next month so that we can at least,
do you want to give me a ballpark or an idea on what kind of scenario you want to see?
I'll send you an email.
Okay.
Because I have to think
Okay.
some of the things through here.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So we have an I situation near the water tower. Great segue. Shell and Eric discovered a pipe discharging into the manhole vault by the water tower. It appears to be connected to the foundation of a building that very few people apparently remember. And it's been acting as a funnel dumping stormwater into the sewer system. Situations like this are a big part of why we have I&I issues. And just did some math that's kind of crazy to think about. 1 inch of precipitation on a 100 square foot area accounts for 62 gallons of water. And so if we get 33 inches of precipitation, that would be about 2,000 gallons annually per 100 square feet. I know that foundation is a lot bigger than 100 square feet.
Oh, gotcha.
So is that down by the water tower down there?
Yep, so it's where that road dead ends. It's basically straight back from there, right? Yeah.
My probe went straight through it. So it was wide open.
So there was a building there at some point?
You can only find it on that map right there. It's not on that one, it's on this one. Right at the end of the street. I don't know what
Before the
it was.
railroad tracks?
Yep,
Yeah,
there's
that
some
alleyway kinda
plates,
goes
some
with-
bricks, there's all kinds of business in that dirt, so.
And we've got a lot of buildings around town that are in a similar situation where the foundation's underground, but there's no evidence of underground anymore. So I just wanted to call that out. The plumbing contractor thinks it'll probably be anywhere between $500 and $1,000 to locate the end of the pipe and cap it after digging it up. So as long as Eric and Shell can remain diligent and lucky that we find those things at the right time, we can keep making
It's
ground on
one
that.
pipe at a time.
Going forward with buildings, if they ever get demolished here in town, is there a policy set up that before the meter can be shut off and the building can be demolished, that they have to take it back to the main and cap it off?
To my
Because-
knowledge, no, there's not, but we can
Because
do
I
that.
feel like that's something we should look into, because, I mean, I know other
There's
towns,
no way to cap it except on their property if it is connected, because here's your sewer main and my piece comes out and then they hook onto that
Mhm.
to their house. Well, they either have to do it at their house, and if it's a leaky one, it's a 50-50 chance. You can't do it at the pipe unless you have a service come in and they do it for you, which would be more expensive than this. Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask, because like for where I work,
Nice.
if somebody wants to not have water at their property anymore,
Yeah.
they have to take it back to the main at their expense.
Sure.
So I just thought,
And you could do that. I mean, that way you
Well,
would.
then you know it's.
then you know it's
Yeah,
happened
it's
down the
not-
road, you don't gonna have this surprise later on again.
Yeah,
that-
with robots and stuff, I'm sure it can get in there and patch the thing up somehow.
Yeah, because if you leave that pipe capped off of the main, somebody could come in and repipe that again. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously probably not, but
Unless they resell it or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
would
know.
be a good
Yeah.
way to make sure going forward. It's just a thought.
Yeah,
That's good.
definitely.
So it's below threshold. I just wanted to call it out and
Okay.
toot their horn that they're able to find something like that.
Yeah.
We keep finding it.
Makes you wonder how many more are
There's
around.
lots. I have a list. full of them.
I know,
I have a list.
one at a time.
One pipe at a time.
Drew at Bolton and Mink sent over an estimate for the repair to the rear entryway to City Hall. Asking between $20,000 and $25,000, and that can also depend on how much of the work we do ourselves, i.e. if we tear out the cement sidewalk and do a little bit of the excavation work too. That'll help save, and then if we also apply the sealants and things like that, we can keep it lower. That's where we're at with that. We don't have any action yet for it because we're still working on some of the background stuff. Just wanted to give you an update on where that's at.
There isn't any other damage other than that stuff creeping away and stuff. It hasn't hurt underneath the building or anything.
We don't know.
Don't know.
We
Until you get it
can't
out.
know until we get it up, get it exposed. So I mean, we could open it up and that turns into a whole monster.
Footings are bad or something like that. Need an action?
Mm-mm.
No,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I'll work with Drew over the next month and probably have an action item next month on that. kind of talks about their tentative plan to deal with it.
Well, they sell some of that stuff online that you can just pour it in there and it's rubbery and it sticks in.
That'll almost certainly work.
Flex seal.
There you go. I started thinking of the name. I knew somebody would
Just
have.
get some alien tape and throw it in there.
All right, time for more doom and gloom. The Emerald Ash Borer is present in city-owned trees in New Richland. 125 trees have been identified as needing treatment/removal. Treatments are generally good for 2 years and can be used to stabilize the trees until they can be removed and or replaced with other species depending on funding. In 2025, city received a $20,000 donation from State Bank of New Richland to perform treatment activities. And Matt from the tree board/bank is also applying for North Grant funding to begin the process of removing the trees. We got, one of the estimates was from Lawn Pro for $21,360 and Davy for $14,850. We still have the money available from that donation for this activity. It's just a matter of approving the organization to go with.
Oh, they even got the trees numbered, huh?
Yeah, they've been keeping track of all the trees to in town.
Do they tell the people on their property that they got it?
These are city trees.
These
Oh, they're all city.
These
are all
trees.
city.
Now, have they done anything to look at people's
We
trees?
know that there is stuff on people's trees, but that has not been an activity yet. One of the things about the potential grant is that once it's done paying for city trees, the council could elect to use the leftover money to deal with resident trees,
If there's any.
if there is any.
Gee, that's a lot of trees.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of them were planted when Dutch elm disease went through and they had to replace elm with ash.
Well,
It's a vicious cycle.
What if we had to adopt a tree? People give money to keep that tree.
It's a possibility.
Did you need action on that?
Yeah, we're spending almost 15,000 to 22,000.
This is also where we're talking in with the EDA about giving the CETA rep Dave the permission to be able to apply for those grants coming up here. Because a lot of these state grants, some of them are coming up and you only have 2 weeks to apply for them. So where we meet monthly, it doesn't always work well. So in the same thing, we'd like to kind of get the blessing of
Would
everyone.
that pay us back for what we paid out for this if we say now spend it?
Well, I mean, we're paying for this with the donation.
With this is the donation.
Oh,
So-
okay. I see the 20,000 was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'll make a motion to move forward with the Davy Company, 14,850.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
And then a motion to approve blanket action for grants on trees.
And I'll make a motion to approve CETA to apply for grants for trees.
For the DNR, yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. T-Mobile MetroNet overbuild.
Wasn't that in the one we approved at the beginning?
That was
Yeah.
a permit to cross
Okay.
Birch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they basically want to do the exact same thing that Fidium did. They just want to come in and be competitive with
Okay.
Fidium.
Good for the city.
Eric and I met with them and we told them what happened with Fidium and they said, well, we got this, and this to deal with that, to make sure we learn from other people's mistakes. So
Oh, was that the one up there?
There was a few.
There was a few.
Oh, there's two, huh?
Then we got through it. We're okay.
Are they offering an amount of money for coming into town like Fidium did, or?
It won't be as much.
Okay.
We're talking somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500 to cover some of the fees and have a
For marking.
1-year moratorium on drop permitting.
Okay.
So I'm looking for council approving T-Mobile /MetroNet doing the overbuild. And then approving the permit for them to do the right of way stuff. I have the permit there and their certificate of liability insurance for the activity.
Make a motion to move forward with T-Mobile MetroNet overbuild and right away. Birch.
One second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Try to get some cheaper prices.
Right.
Good, it's good to have variety.
And the next thing, so we're in the administrative report.
Yep.
There's been considerable complaints about the construction project, how the weeds and stuff are growing in the soil that was brought in. Let's see if she's still in there. Let's see her comments. So Brenda is listening, and she's the one who submitted all these pictures about the work that was done. Looks like their sump line was cut and redirected backwards, maybe. And just in general, not pleased with the work and the restoration. The reseeding efforts haven't been good. Reseeding is still going to be ongoing even after the paving is done, until we sign off that the project is accepted. And I don't have any interest in signing off on it until people are happy with it.
Have you got any way of fixing this other than not using them in the future? Asking to fix this stuff the way it should be fixed?
Staying on them.
Yeah.
Have they been receptive when we've had conversations?
I mean,
at this point?
Drew's very receptive. It's
JD.
JJD.
Out of Blooming Gray?
Yeah, it's their subcontractor that is, I think, causing the trouble right now.
So it shouldn't be an us issue, it should be their issue, finding the contractor making it right.
Yes, yep. Yeah, I just wanted to make you guys aware of what the residents were seeing.
Well, I think we all can agree that we should have you keep on them then.
And I mean, we did the other day, we had a walkthrough of the site where we planned on an hour and a half to look at all the issues. And after an hour and a half, we only got about 400 feet and found all the cement that needed to be torn out. And they kept going without us. I had a meeting to get to, but Drew and Bolton Mink they're staying on top of the people that need to be staying on top of. So I'm confident that we're going to end up in the right place. It's just a matter of getting there.
Did they have a time frame?
The cement will be done tomorrow or the next day. The paving, then the next week, and then ongoing for the.
So everything should be good before winter.
That's the optimistic hope.
So are they going around and still replacing some of the caps that are broke?
That's upcoming.
Okay, that's still,
They were all called out.
okay.
Caps you talking the street?
That are, like in my front yard, I have a black cap that is
Oh,
cracked, but it has wiring down in it.
the locate lugs. That's what they hook the cheese on. It's
It
perfect.
isn't where it's turning water on, is it?
No, it's
No,
not the
it's-
water one.
It's when you hook the, some electric up to charge, because they're plastic lines, so there's
Yeah.
a trace wire that goes along.
Oh, got
So
it.
you charge the trace wire so you can locate.
Locate.
Did I explain that right?
Probably.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah, sounded good.
No action.
Most of those are sticking out, those. It's so you can find the whole entire line, not just the curb stop.
Do I have one on my property?
Probably not.
Oh, okay, that's why I was asking.
You also don't have any plastic up by you right now.
You have a curb stop, but no
Okay.
sewer stop or anything.
Just wondering.
All right. Homestake edition.
Okay, yep. Purchase agreement with Miller Homes has been signed for the 2 properties. The closing should be within the next week. When this was sent out, this is already old information. The paperwork has come back and we are just waiting on a date to sign. So we almost have those 2 properties moved over to Miller Homes to
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
start building.
Do you think they'll be done by when?
They think about an 8-week build window.
Mm-hmm.
So
They move fast.
I'm optimistic that if they can sell those before they're done, I can maybe talk them into doing 1 or 2 more this year
No.
yet.
I don't know if you told us where they're at. I mean, they're on our homestake division.
Yes.
I forgot.
So I can show it from
They're by Mike Myers, because you guys.
No,
on
no,
that.
it's
the other
That's what they,
So
How about
they're,
that one that
it was
just put in
called
the last-
out like that though.
so they're on this corner. They ended up picking those instead.
Right across from that station, the pump station.
Yeah,
Okay.
at our last meeting, it was in 2 different addresses, so we had them clarify.
That makes more sense.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Side by side with Mike Myers.
right.
No action on that?
Nope.
Mhm.
We'll just report. The first half disbursement from Waseca County came,
Yay.
so these are the accounts, $410,853.64, so nothing's gonna bounce.
Now, this is,
There's the assessment money right there.
this is an LGA.
We get our LGA next week, I believe.
Yep,
the
Yeah.
next
20th.
week is LGA.
Jody, your special assessment should show right here. That should be the street
31,
assessments.
3152.
That's what number that should come out to.
Yeah,
There you go.
31.
Well, it's 31,000.
Brings it under 2.
Refresh my memory then, what is this money coming back, is it coming back to us that we've already paid?
Property taxes.
This is
property
property
tax.
Okay,
taxes.
that's what I thought, I wanna make sure.
Another slightly old information, but it's all the same. Expiration on the notice to remove the tower is, expiration on the notice to remove equipment from the tower is July 13th, that's today. It's the 2-month mark for council meetings, and it gave time for the notice to travel by mail. Brita Lakes equipment is still in the tower. We don't foresee that changing unless the courts decide to remove it and settle the debt. It's gonna be too expensive to remove, it's probably not going anywhere. So we'll have to proceed with our other plan. I've got feelers out right now with Verizon and T-Mobile, just to see if they have any interest in the site for leasing. They have to do all their assessments, if, is it worth it for them to put it in the area versus the heartaches to do it. So we'll see what they come back with. If we're lucky as part of them putting stuff up, they'll take the other stuff down. That's the hope.
With the weighting of this, I know last year Eric had the concern with the audit that they had with the water tower of the wiring being improperly up there. Do you feel that we'll have a problem with that if they come back and check it? Or be explaining that it's in a bankruptcy situation
We'll explain it as that.
and that they might give us a extension?
But wasn't that taken care of when they said that it was wrong?
No, that's why we were,
They have not touched it, to my knowledge, since before we had our first meeting with them.
They can't get in there on their own right now, can they? They can't.
we changed the lock
We were advised not to change the lock until after
today, right?
today.
As of now, they can still.
Yeah.
But they can still gain access.
That's why the camera's in there, so we would know if they
That's
came
right.
in.
Yeah, that's right.
So, starting tomorrow, we can get somebody out here to do that.
I think that would be wise at this point.
And then, citizen complaint form. I've heard several complaints, not just from, Mrs. Smith, that the townhomes aren't being maintained as well as we would probably like. So I'm gonna do some digging into that, but wanted you aware of some of the concerns.
Yeah, they look pretty valid ones.
Yeah. Pictures out, rain's coming in the bathroom window. Patio screen is off and can't get it back on. Have mice, but those got killed.
Good cat.
Dining room and kitchen floor were filthy when she moved in. There's pictures to back that up. And there's assorted complaints of that nature.
Yeah.
And
General
they'll be-
non-responsiveness.
they will be looked into. That is the end of the administrative report. Who wants to do the thing?
All right, perfect.
Make a motion to approve the administrator's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so now we have a closed meeting to talk about a couple things on security system and physical system, and then just discuss with Ty
You know, you close it at.
Oh,
what,
at 8:01. We'll close for right now.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good
Thanks, everyone. I'm leaving then. Don't forget to tell that guy he owes the care center.
Somewhat.
I talked to them guys when they came and did their bids. And I said, if you're gonna use our lot to pile all your stuff to save you guys money, you can retire some stuff for me. No problem. We'll take care of you.
There you
Take a reminder.
Yes, please do.
I have a problem with the smoke from the dump,
Okay,
especially when we have problems already with our.
okay.
So it'd be nice if you could start that dump when the weather or the wind goes to the west, not to the east, and do the whole town full of smoke.
Okay, I will,
Just, you know, it really is hard on your lungs.
for sure.
It really is.
I will make that recommendation to Eric.
Yes. That was one other thing I wanted to bring up. There might be a couple more other things. But let's leave it one thing. Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
You want me to sign my name too?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, will do.
Do you charge for your autograph?
Oh,
I do.
not much.
There you go.
You guys are doing a good job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. What? Oh. He fell last night,
Oof.
Oh, no.
got his shoulder, yeah.
Okay.
So we ended up in Waseca. That is a very good hospital, and
They've gotten a lot better.
Oh. I can't believe it. He was there for a whole week with double pneumonia this winter. And they did a good job. And it's close.
Yeah.
It is that.
Their ER's really gotten a lot better, I know that.
Okay.
I've been there, done it a couple times.
I've been here, they've been nice.
All right.
I don't think he's wearing there.
This conference will now be recorded.